model, but
Hello, welcome to the Potomac Curling Club Embassy Row 2019 at the National Capital Curling Center in Laurel, Maryland. And our feature sheet on sheet B here, our teams are Kick Your Asterisk versus Here to Get Hammered. And let's see, I'm your webcast operator at the moment. I'm the only person at the panel here, so until we get somebody else to do commentary, it might be a little bit quiet, but let's take a look out on the ice. And, oh, not quite yet. Moving the cameras to the feature sheet. There we go. Now let's look out on the ice. There we are, just in time for the first stone. So, it's a good. Red. Oh, and here comes yellow already. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out who's playing what here, so. Oops, wrong house. So we got 2 yellows in the house. And that wouldn't be George Matesi, skip of the Here to Get Hammered from Pittsburgh. And this throwing the stone, Jason quite. Let's see, Strushinsky it looks like. Assuming that they're throwing in the order that they're listed here. And that looks like it's just going to sail on through. Okay. Let's see. Little tap in for the red, but the yellow's still out counting it. So that looks like a draw attempt. Looks like it's a little hot to me. Yep, hot and wide. Greg coming up for his first stone of the game. Probably not that helpful. Like some little more room to draw here. If they can get the weight right. And if they get it heavy, they'll just hit the yellow. Gonna hit a guard. And spill out. Okay. Yellow's turn to try the draw. Craig again. another one too much. What do you bet they'll try for draw in again? So, first of the skip rocks. Not familiar with that Pittsburgh team myself, but assuming that they're going in the order that they listed, this is George Matesi. Looks like it's coming a little fast too. Oh, but it might bump in the yellow. Yeah, bumps in and it's shot rock, I believe. Yeah, that would be shot rock. So, it ended up working out okay so far for them. So they're shot and yellow is second. Okay. That's Stacy Bishop, right? No. Yeah. Well, who's that? No, that's Judy. Got confused about who's playing on this team. They keep switching it up on me. Any of you watchers can correct me. I think that's Judy, isn't it? Oh, yeah, request for a volume on my commentary. I can turn up the volume a little bit. Is that any better? I can't tell. Finally got my live chat window up and running here. It's always a little bit too many things to do when you're running the webcast all by yourself. Okay, well, now we're sitting too red. Well, nothing good happening there for yellow. And counting it, what was that, 2 red, I believe? We'll find out in a second. Well, in a few seconds. Yes, posted 2 red on sheet B. 2 to get hammered. going on here. So that would be Diane Krostein according to the roster. Paul. And right on through for Paul. Looks like we got a one red on sheet A, Richard Strangebrew. Sheet C is also one red, and I haven't figured out which team that is yet. I'll do that in a minute. And 3 yellow on sheet D, and I still need to get their names straightened out. Okay. So yellow is Achilles Peel on sheet D. So either yellow is ahead 3, Achilles Peel over 0 for a bay away after one end.
undercurl that time. Got it, Pam. Take it out. Initially, it was banging. Undercurl a little bit.
Missed a rock there, sorry. Still straightening out, figuring out what's going on the other sheets. So, looks like an empty house. Here comes Greg.
Double here, Pam.
So, can draw, but not at all hidden. Or not 90% not hidden. Hit and roll, he says. So, would this be Max?
Wait, all right?
Gutierrez. Looks like he's not going to hit anything. Okay, top 12. Greg's second turn.
All right, Nick. Take it out. Right here. Right here, Nick.
Okay, split the house nicely. Yep, nice shot even behind the guard. Somewhat. So we got two yellow rocks somewhat exposed in the house. Nicely split. Maybe theoretically doubleable, but probably not. Little, I think Ian is hoping for a hit there. Had the right weight, not the right line. Well, let's look at the scores now. Nothing changed, but I think at least now I have the names right. So that's one for Strange Brew, head by one in the after the first end, one for Strange Brew, two for Here to Get Hammer on sheet B, sheet C, one for Team Mediocrities, and sheet D, three for Achilles Peel. And all four sheets are well into their second end now. And fairly even. Looks like sheet D might be about finishing up by their end, but so skip rock here. First skip rock for Judy.
Yep, line. Yep, line. Yeah, hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Oh, you're ticking. Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
And guarding up that shot, or not the shot rock, but their side rock. Fairly well guarded now. Oh, over there. Well, so let's see. Probably that red is out counting the second yellow. Oh, I'd say almost certainly. Judy sliding up.
Line's great. Okay. Line's great. Yeah. Help. Full white. Yeah, go, go. Two yellow.
Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Didn't see what happened. But hey, we got replay, so let's see what happened. Oh, perfect shot. Two red. Okay, now I know what happened. Oh, no, that wasn't. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong game. Never mind. Ignore that. Forgot to start replay recording on this game, but now we have replay recording. Where are we? There we are. As you can see in the scoreboard back there, they did tie it up. It's now 2-2. Okay, look at that. Right on the button. It's a miss. Pretty much guarded. Always nice when you have a guarded shot on the button. Oh, I do see a score on sheet A. Another one for Ed. So Ed 2-0. For Strange Brew. And over on sheet D, another point for yellow, which puts them ahead at 4-0. Another guard for their shot rock. Trying to draw down to it. stone in the house. But Ryan might kind of set him up for a double, so probably not ideal. I think I heard him say that stone looked like it picked. This time they got something. Hit and roll. That's pretty nice. Of course, they're still not shot, but a little better position than they were before. Okay. First skip stone in this end for George. Well, took out the guard. Might be slightly helpful for them, but probably. Looks like they just want to guard their shot rock. That same sitting on the button rock that's been there since when? Been quite a while. Oh, I guess I see a score on sheet C that I hadn't gotten. Looks like yellow got 4 points in the second end. So it's 4 for Technical LEPS and 1 for Team Mediocrities. Yep, pretty much where they wanted to guard. Yes. Guard that shot rock. So, like looking at promoting the red maybe? show our scoreboard a while. So that's what we have after scoring sheet the N2 on all sheets. Okay, here comes Hammer. Not bad, but not helping them at all. So 1 yellow. For kick your asterisk. Now takes a 1-point lead. Very beautiful center guard. Excellent shot.
Get behind it. T-Wade.
Calling to get it behind it. T-Wade, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh, line looks pretty good. Might be a little heavy. Been seeing this shot at the other three ends. The other three sheets are still on the second end, third end. Well, it's in. Okay, on sheet D, they just posted 2, 3, let's see, they got, yellow got 2 in the third end. And do they get another one in the, is that in there? Oh, that was the third end. So yellow, it looks like it's tied up now on sheet A, 2-2. magic pick. I've seen a lot of that going on today. Something about that part of sheet B. Something funny. There might be a little something funny in the ice there.
High like 12. Top of the house. It's offline. Yeah, get it. Get it in. It's gonna clear.
Not what they wanted, but looks like the yellow is still out counting the second red. Well, they're guarding the wrong rock there.
You get a guard. Get a high guard.
And they want another guard. Oh, what happened there? Don't know the sweeping's doing any good there. It's just going completely wrong. Boy, and some interesting rocks on this end. Another see over on sheet C. In that third end, they got another 3 points. That puts Team Techni Halipias ahead 7-1. Not quite as far as they wanted to get it, but potentially useful. And I see over on sheet D, looks like red got 2 points. So they're got up a little bit. They're now only behind 2-4. Kind of what they wanted, I think. Oops. Their red is still shot. So it didn't do any damage by it bumping that one in a little bit, at least not at the moment. So Greg's trying to draw. bit heavy. Oh, more than a little bit heavy. Okay, trying for the dry. Well, not quite what they wanted, but maybe no real damage there. So, what to do, what to do. Not quite sure what she's calling for. Bumping the red into the yellow. Don't think she's going to be drawing in. Could bump one of her yellows up.
Get the shot over here, I think.
And, well, did bump a little yellow up, but not enough to make a difference at the moment. But that opens some more possibilities for them. Even a draw from that end, but of course that works both ways. Either team can draw in there. Got a very busy house there. Look at all that color in that house. But after all that, it's still just red sitting one. Just have to leave the camera on this shot for a bit because it's such a pretty shot. Oh, looks like Team C trying to add a little bit more color to the house, but pulled that rock back. Okay, well, draw in. So Judy's last stone of this end. See if she can make it count.
Line's good.
Plenty of weight.
It needs to move a lot. Andy. Andy. Okay, it's fast. Yep. Yep, line.
Coming in. Looks good, looks good. Oh, nice shot. Exactly what she wanted. So yellow's sitting one at the moment. Red has hammer. Need to outcount that yellow somehow to score. Oh, lost our camera there a second. Sorry about that. Sometimes our cameras just kind of go away for a second for no apparent reason. Okay, here's the hammer. Coming in. Looks pretty good so far. And they did it. That's one red. Wow. That was, how many stones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 stones in the house? Is that what I got there? And only one counting. So that'll tie the score up at 3-3. Well, corner guard instead of the center guard they wanted, but so the other three sheets are still working on their last couple of rocks. Taking advantage of that red guard quite well. Beautiful shot, exactly what they wanted and what I would want if I was in their place. Okay, they're clearing the rocks on sheet D, so maybe hopefully they'll post the score soon there. Okay, and while that stone was in motion, I was watching sheet C, and sheet C scored 2 red, thanks to a nice hammer draw. So that means Team Mediocrities is catching up a bit. Now they've got 3, and Team Techni Alipias has 7.
Hi, Ken.
Oh, we got company, yay.
Hey. I literally just walked in the door.
Okay.
So I will be spending the next few minutes trying to catch up and also make sure that I don't have anything for work. Please don't tell my bosses I'm here.
Well, I hope they're not big Potomac Curling Club fans.
I did get to write about curling this week because of because of Broomgate. That was awfully nice of the European curling people to give me an excuse to write something.
I'll have to tell me how to find that.
Okay.
Well, there goes the red, so now we're sitting 3 yellows in the house. All touching white, or full white. Looks like hit and roll is the call. Backline weight, he said. Oh, he did a funny push there. That's usually not a good thing.
I know that all too well.
Yep, nothing. Well, actually might stop. Wow, how about that? That's a shot. What do you know? Never know what might happen in curling.
The first time I ever skipped, which I've now done a grand total of, I think, 3 times. But the first time, I kept having these brilliant shots that were an inch away from being perfect. It was just, oh, I need to hit this rock and move it a foot, and I would move it 9 inches, that sort of thing. And then finally, the one where I practically fell down and just flung it across my body, that's when we scored. Isn't that always the way?
Well, they got the hit. They didn't get the roll they wanted, but it's in play. Not really ideal. Yep, sit right in the pocket. That's the best way to cut your losses. Well, there's Max with another funny throw.
I'm not sure he finds it that amusing.
Well, maybe funny isn't the right word. Awkward.
Right.
But so far, it's not bad.
No, it looks like it's going to have backing. And stop there. Might have been better if it hit the second of those yellows, but it is shot.
Yeah, wow. two awkward throws that ended up in a good place.
Again, that's always the way, isn't it?
No, was the other one? Was that him? I guess he threw both of them, didn't he? Yeah. Okay, Greg. Looks like they're aiming for that red. Oh, nice. Switched a little bit late there, but clearly they got the red out, and their shooter stayed in, so they're sitting 5 now. A lot of curl going on.
A good jog down the ice there to have a third sweeper. It is still going to wreck on the guard, though, and
yep.
yellow will be sitting 4.
Cut them down by 1, but still got 4 stones left to throw here. So yellow wants a guard of some sort, I think. Another stone for Greg. Okay, that's a pretty good guard, I guess. There's a lot of things to guard. It's hard to tell what you want to guard, but anything in the guard is helpful at this point. Okay, we're starting skip rocks.
Ride the line. Oh no.
Well, moves that guard back. Yellow sitting 4.
I know. It's fine. I can see them. What's the house, man? Over here. What's the house?
Here's Judy. like guard weight. Okay, well, guarding two potential promotions, so I think that's quite successful. Over on sheet D, I see they got that yellow Keeley's Peel got 3 points in the fourth end, putting them up 7-2. Let's see, sheet C. I think I'm up to date on that, right? Okay, sheet A. What have we got? No, sheet A. One more for red.
Okay.
So it's red's ahead by 1 on sheet A. Okay, the last red stone coming down.
This one should get through a port. Question is where it's going to stop. It does get through, but maybe with a bit too much juice.
Would have been better to take off the red and bounce into the yellow and then take off that or something. They could have gotten a little fancy bouncing going on.
Find a way to stick around.
That did them no good. And that was, boy, so now it's yellow sitting 4 and they have hammer. So, wow. I guess they're going to try drawing for 5.
Or do you get really greedy and try to go through the port on the left, take out the red? Well, now, if you take out that red, the shooter probably would not be in the rings.
Yeah, and then too much danger of doing something worse. I would definitely not touch that red.
Right, and yeah, they're holding the broom to draw around the guards and just well, full 12 foot they'll need for to score their 5. I see they have, of course, mixed up their lineup a little bit.
See plenty of weight on this. Trying to wait for it to curl.
They could still bump that yellow and score. And that's looking most likely right now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope, that's still going to stick in. Okay, so that's going to be 5.
5 yellow.
5 yellow.
Wow.
And Courtney Shaw behind this is very excited about that.
Yeah. 5 yellow, so that puts them jumping ahead, 8-3. And as usual, sheet B is ahead of the other 3 sheets, so we're still waiting for more sheets. Sheet N5 scores for the other sheets. You can see a couple of rocks moving around on sheet C right now. Well, we can't quite tell who's shot from this camera angle. And there's still 3 stones left to go, with 2 yellows and a red coming in on sheet C, so anything could happen before we actually score that. Sorry about that, missed a draw. Oh, I did say, is that touching? Yes, that is a biter, I believe. Kind of weird lighting right there, but that looks like a biter, I think. And a draw behind. Diane. That's a little light. looks like a hog. And it's a hog.
Now that I see the Pittsburgh Penguins logo, I have less sympathy for that.
Well, they are a Pittsburgh team, so I think they're allowed to wear the Pittsburgh logo.
Yeah, and I do have one thing in common with Sidney Crosby, is that I have a possible sports hernia.
Oh, and as we just, if you're looking at the right side of the screen on sheet A bunch of rocks moved, and it looks like red is now sitting 2, I think.
This is the hammer coming from Rob Myers, always visible in the hat and shorts.
Oh, that's on sheet A, so I'll leave this view on for a second so you can watch sheet A. The hammer shot coming in from Rob Myers. You'll see that coming in just a second. It'll be on the screen. Or 2 seconds. I guess it slowed down a little bit out there. Or is it? Did I miss it? I guess it must have not been hard enough, so didn't make any difference there.
That's what I'm guessing from Rob's gestures with his stick.
But anyway, that's what happened to the yellow one that just got thrown on our sheet.
Yep, sweep. Gonna hit it, sweep.
And that yellow that was just biting is now gone. So Judy calling for a draw. Sheet A, that was 2 for yellow, so it bumps yellow ahead by 2 to 3. A little heavy, but it's hidden. Pretty good shot. Sheet C, we see another red coming in. Looks like they might be sitting 3 reds. And there's still a yellow to throw on sheet C, so we got a hammer coming up on sheet C. Maybe we'll maybe we'll watch that come in depending on when they decide to throw it. They're still thinking about what to do about those 3 reds. Trying for another draw here, it looks like. Might still be a little heavy. Or not. Tiny bit heavy, but beautiful shot. Yellow's hitting 2 good ones that are guarded.
Same shot, same weight.
Still trying to draw a button on top of that yellow. Oh, I see somebody putting up a score on sheet D. Looks like another 3 points for yellow on sheet D. So that puts yellow ahead 10 to 2. And after 5 ends. Oh,
And following along at home, it seems like we've had a lot of games that are not quite that close.
sorry I missed the draw in here on the red, but as you can see where they ended up there. And over on sheet C, they're still trying to figure out what to do. But I guess they finally decided, but that was a long delay of thinking on sheet C.
I believe it was Voltaire who said there's a certain inevitable futility in indecision. Of course, the only reason I know that is from the great comic strip Bloom County.
Looks like we're trying to hit the red here, and it's going to hit it. And both rocks spill out, so good result for yellow. Okay, now on sheet C on the right side of the screen, you're going to be seeing the hammerstone come in here in about 6 seconds if you wait around for it.
Good bit of momentum there, and boom.
It comes. Oh, and it did nothing for them. So it's probably 3 red. Oh, sorry, I missed another. Got too excited about what was gone over there, and
At some point, I will turn around and be your eyes on a couple of other sheets.
Back on our sheet, we have red sitting 1 now. They managed to get their draw in, and we're back to Craig throwing Yellowstone.
It's actually shaping up to be a pretty good end for our visitors from Pittsburgh.
Okay, well,
They can guard that one in the center.
Kind of cleared the guard a little bit, so red needs to put a guard back to guard their shot. That's not guard weight. So, oh, they're sitting 2. But probably doubleable. And it's a clear shot, so I'm sure we'll see a hit coming on, or at least a attempted hit. Okay, the first of our skip rocks. With Judy.
Still leaves red shot.
But they got one out of there.
Yeah. Might make it more complicated to guard.
Just realized I haven't talked about the scores in the other sheets in a while, so let's put that up here. So, as we were watching sheet C, then we saw that the red got 3, so they're caught up a little bit now. It's 6 for mediocrities and 7 for technique piets.
Oh, so that's how you pronounce that. I was
Well,
wondering
I don't
that
know.
all afternoon.
That's how I pronounce it.
Well, that's what I said. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Okay, well, red sitting 2. So, yeah, they can't double that. So it looks like Judy just wants to draw down, land on the button, and sit on their stones, which is a good call, if it works.
And certainly at this point, limiting a big end is really all they need to do, frankly, for the rest of the game.
Want it to curl, curl, curl. Not getting that curl.
Well, that's going to leave red sitting 2.
I'm thinking 1. It feels like 1 to me.
Okay.
But you never know how this camera lens can warp things a little bit.
I'm feeling pretty warped myself, actually, so I don't.
But if they can bump the yellow back, then it's irrelevant. So it's the hammer. And everybody's sweeping like mad. But not gonna help. So now we need to decide which one of those 2 is closer.
That is apparently hammered. It's a little bit confusing because there is a yellow from sheet A sort of sitting around over there.
Well, they made a decision. Yes, they pushed the yellows away, so I think that means they think it was red too.
And just to keep you up just to make sure everyone knows, these are C event games. These are people playing to prolong their weekend. Well, the weekend will keep going anyway because that's how time works, but in terms of prolonging their play in this Bonspiel, they will need to win to do so.
High guard.
I think Courtney told me not to play a center guard with the first rock when I'm ahead.
I don't know if that's what they called, but that's what they got. And they're not ahead anyway. That was red that threw that guard, but now,
That's correct.
But now yellow's got a guard there too, so.
Believe the rule of thumb there would be a corner guard, but I don't know that I've ever been at a high enough level to worry about that.
And you can see Hammerstone being thrown on sheet A. I'm just going to leave the camera on here so you can watch the A Hammerstone come in, shake things up. Actually, that worked kind of well for them. They bumped a yellow back a little bit, so red got a few points, and I can't tell from here. But red definitely scored on sheet A.
That's got to be at least 2. They are kicking 2 red away and having a bit of a look at all the others. I believe that's going to be 3. They're kicking a 3rd red away, and is it going to be 4? Not sure. In any event, it is a whole lot of red. That will put Strange Brew ahead of OK Broomer, will it not?
Yep, looks like that will. Okay, so on here on sheet B, we got a red touching red. And a hit target. Boom, there went that red, and a roll to the button. but it's definitely hittable. And I think they probably want to, oh, freeze on it, he says.
And the pizza panted player from Pittsburgh, say that several times fast, has sent one through. No, my mistake. He has not. He did not send that one through. He is here to sweep the next one.
I do see they posted on sheet A, so it's Red has 6 now. So that was 3 points for them.
Sheet D has let's see, they have 4 stones in play and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guards. And this would appear to be the hammer, would it not? How many stones did I just say? 4 plus 7 is 11, and there are 4. So yeah, this appears to be the hammer.
Red coming in on sheet D, which is off the camera here, but
Yeah, they are firing against 2, I believe. And I think they're trying to get through a port, and they did. And wow, that is an amazing shot for 1. It's only 1, and it probably won't affect the outcome very much. But in curling, sometimes you just love to have that one good shot, and they just had that one good shot. So
1 red for a bay away.
Bay away, our visitors from nearby Chesapeake.
But they're still going up against 10 for Achilles Peel, so they're not out of the game yet, but looks like they're playing another end.
Chesapeake Curling Club, by the way, is Delmarva's local place to curl, which I will remember when I am visiting my family. My mom's family has lived on the eastern shore of Maryland since the 1830s. So I will happily visit Easton, Maryland to check out the action there in Delmarva.
I think I heard they're just making their ice now. They start a lot later than we do because of other needs for their building.
They are located in the Talbot County Community Center. I would guess that is that dedicated ice? I would guess it is.
Yeah, it's dedicated for the 4 months that they get, or something like that, but yes.
I guess they have sort of an early hockey season and then turn it over?
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's used as a community center meeting room too, or something. I don't really know.
You really have to admire people who, or all these clubs, who just keep at it, even though it's very difficult sometimes to keep ice and keep going when you have. I recently read about the problems that they're having in the Bay Area. I'm not quite sure which club it is, if it's actually Bay Area Curling Club or another club that has essentially lost its lease, I believe, and they are trying to make do, but they are in debt, and it's a sad situation. So all these clubs, you rarely see clubs that have any paid staff. We here at Potomac, of course, we are all volunteer. There are a lot of people who put a lot of effort into making this sport work, and it's really one of the wonderful things about it.
I don't think the San Francisco group is in debt. I think it's just they're trying to get the money to build their new facility, their dedicated facility, but still having trouble raising the money for it. So they're not in debt yet, but they're going to be in debt when they start. Well, I mean, we were in debt for 20 years until we paid off this facility too. So being in debt's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I believe it was either in the curling news or the U.S. curling news. I get the publications confused.
Oh.
One is run by the U.S. Curling Federation. One is run actually now by the Hockey News, thanks to an off-season acquisition.
Ah, okay. So you probably know better than I do then.
Not necessarily.
I haven't been following things that closely, but I do have a brother that lives out that way, so I always hope to go curling there if they ever get their facility back.
I've only been to the lovely Bay Area once, and I was not thinking of where the curling club was at that point. I was traveling with my wife. I think she would have been a little angry with me if I'd said, hey, let's, forget the Girardelli complex and Lombard Street. Let's go curling.
Oh, that coming fast.
That would be what in the movie Spaceballs they called ludicrous speed.
Oh. Luckily, nobody got hurt at that speed.
No, but I think it almost put a hole in our ice making equipment. There's the door between sheet C and between sheets B and C, of course, leads to all the equipment that we use to put the ice down, and all the lines and everything else that is needed to maintain a curling club.
Oh. Looks like I forgot to score a sheet 6 on our scoreboard, so on sheet C, N6 on the scoreboard, so they're tied up now on sheet C at 7-7.
See, when I turn up here, that's when you get the good games. I'm not saying it's because of me, but maybe people just want to show off when I'm here. I don't know.
So yellow's got a guard. So their yellow's still, let's check, I think, what they're sitting. So their yellow is sitting 3. And certainly have their button shot well guarded. So red's down to hammer. Oh, sorry, red's down to their last shot, which is yellow has the hammer. So red needs to do something incredible here, or the game will probably be called.
But fortunately not called on account of rain, because it has stopped raining outside, even though I am only vaguely aware that there's the existence of something called a sun. We have not seen it in some time in the DC area. Last shot of the end here for here to get hammered, and that is going to not accomplish much. Yellow is certainly sitting 3. Good chance of tapping in here for 4, which would make this game 12-4.
With only one end left to go, the odds of making that comeback are, let's just say, not good.
It is, well, you could always score an 8-ender, in which case it would come down to either skip rots or something else. Or everyone will have fainted from the sheer excitement of seeing an 8-ender, and they will win by default.
discussion on what to do with that point that probably doesn't really matter much in the long run.
And we'll point out here that 2 of our lucky winners get to play again right after this. Well, actually, it's 6 p.m. We actually have a bit of a break. Why exactly did I get here so early, Ken?
Oh, my fault for saying help, help.
It's not your fault. There's someone who shall remain nameless named Callie who didn't come out here today. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure she had reasons for not being here. Meanwhile, Elliot Kipchoge has won his second straight male athlete of the year, which is something that I unfortunately will have to take care of for work. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because Elliot Kipchoge, the first person to run the marathon distance under 2 hours. Technically, it was not a marathon because he was running under very controlled conditions. But I think anyone who runs that distance under 2 hours is pretty impressive. And meanwhile, the American hurdler Delilah Muhammad is the women's athlete of the year. As our shot comes in here from our curler of the hour on sheet B, it looks like it's drifting. I'm not sure this is going to make it in there. Okay, so that, well,
It outbeats the red.
it does. Okay, so that's going to be
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
I don't know what happened. They decided on that other one.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shut the door.
So, assuming that was 4, that's putting them up 12 to 5. Oh, and there goes the score. Yes, 12 to 5. It says on the scoreboard.
12 to 4, actually.
Oh, 4. That's
Yes.
what I'm. Oh,
So to reiterate, they do indeed need 8 to tie it in this end. And I believe we're going to have a throw through here by the pizza panted. Is that Paul Luthi?
yep.
That appears to be Paul Luthi. Yes, that is the pizza panted Paul Luthi. He is not the pizza panted person from Pittsburgh. He's the pizza panted person playing Pittsburgh. Pizza panted person playing
Potomac pizza.
Potomac pizza panted person playing Pittsburgh. Judy is looking at me and as if she's laughing, as if she can hear what I'm saying. I assure you that no one can hear what I'm saying, except the 13 people watching and of course Ken.
Looks like a hog. So, 2 stones gone.
So we now have mathematical elimination. Mathematical elimination on sheet B. The 8-ender is no longer.
Paul getting a little fancy with his throw.
The 8-ender is no longer in play. And Paul will be sweeping up what he just did. Just like a toddler who took a bit. We should probably be looking at sheet C and A pretty soon. D does not look like we're going to be seeing a massive comeback. Sheet A, are they kicking? Oh, we have a score posted on sheet A, and it is not good for OK Broomer. It is 2 more for Strange Brew, a steal of 2, which will put them up 8 to 4. So at this point, sheet C is looking like our best option if you would like to keep watching curling for a while.
I guess we can take votes from our watchers if anybody cares to vote for their sheet they'd like to see next. Okay, so the 4th stone of the end is actually in play as a guard. And another going through shot for the yellow.
It's a good opportunity to practice your parking lot weight.
Well, there wasn't parking lot. They were practicing bumper weight on that one.
That one did appear to be bumper weight. I think Paul was attempting to throw beltway weight.
Nobody even bothering to try to sweep that one. Just another, well, okay, skip is. So another two guards for red.
Yeah. 2 guards. I think the prospect of an the prospect of an 8-ender is gone. The prospect of a 6-ender is gone, barring a take your stone and leave your shooter in the ring shot.
Well, yellow could bump their reds in if they really wanted to.
I believe that happened in one of our bounce fields last year. Much to my consternation. We're down to the last rots on sheet C, where we have a tie. I'm going to try my best to peek at those. This is why we need a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah. We do have wireless headsets.
Oh.
Sometimes we put them on the skips so we can hear the skips talking. But,
and on that one, yellow is lying 4. So our closest game may not be close for much longer. But Wine Country,
you can see that
Feldman.
on the right side of the screen. You can see the 4 yellows there.
Yep, my seat is gone. I see someone is actually going to do my blog post for me, which is pretty nice. Not sure how NBC feels about subcontracting my work. And the shot on sheet C is not going to be taking care of many of these yellows. It's not going to be out counting. It will be out counting one of them. So yellow is lying 3 with hammer to come. So they might be looking at 4 very shortly.
Obviously, without any sweepers doing anything here, they're just hanging out, chatting. So they're not taking this end too seriously. I guess I just didn't want to bother pushing the stones back, so they're throwing them back for the fun of it. Trying to get that red stone out of there. And they don't, but get the yellow out of there. Okay. Trying to get it in. And probably going out of bounds, I bet. Yep. Okay, now hit practice on that red in the back.
I think in this situation, I would actually play the run back because I think it'd be vitally important to get rid of one of those guards. Or I put it this way. Put it this way, you might as well practice it. This is an up weight shot.
Looks pretty wide.
I think this is going to be, well, no, it is.
Yeah,
It's
too wide.
I don't know. It's actually curling. It's curling. Doesn't. Oh, and it misses by about 4 inches.
Try it again, but don't fall.
And they got 3 chances left to get a point in the house.
They have indeed posted the score. Oh, sheet D, it's over. Sheet D is over. So that must be a win for Achilles Peel. I can go double verify that as needed. On sheet C, we're seeing some throw-throughs now from yellow, or at least the first one is. Can't really blame them for that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't post. What was the score on sheet yellow now? They got, it's 10 for yellow.
That was 11 to 6.
Oh, 11.
No, sorry, 11 to 7. I am pretty sure. Aw, there's a little one next to me. So, hey.
Okay, well, there goes another red. So red's got their backbiter hanging in there. Heading out the back of the house.
So needing an 8-ender to keep play alive, it appears that we're looking at just, well, no, actually, yellow has the, oh, they're putting away the scores now as Judy Rickerson is trying to blank this 8th end, the rarely thrown final end blank. Well, no, hers might stick around. Oh, it does stick around. So that will be one more. Oh, I'm sorry, they do not. It appears red has the hammer. It's hard to tell because everyone is putting slippers on and off. Everyone is putting the scores away. They're doing all this just to confuse us.
So it's like, not sure if we should be scoring this last end or not, but not like the score matters.
I think at this point we would call this practice.
Yeah.
So on sheet A, which is a 4-point game, OK Broomer is lying 2 and has a few guards in play.
Oh, we do have a chat from Mindy. Wants to see the baby. If it's Stacy's baby. Is it Stacy's baby?
Is it Stacy's baby? It is Stacy's baby. Mindy Carlson says she wants to see the baby. Well, we'll have to turn. Hi.
Oh, let's see. Oh, you want to hold it? Can you hold it?
Yeah, I can. Let's see. How are we doing?
See. Oh, and they are actually shaking hands here on sheet B. And let me switch to the warm room camera. There's the baby. Okay,
There
Mindy,
you go.
you happy with that shot?
Can you say hi? Babies always say hi to me. Okay. There you are, Mindy. Thank you for tuning in. All right, let me hand it back to you.
Okay, so.
Okay. So we're done on sheet B. We're all but done on sheet C, where had a lot of rods thrown through, and we're all but done on sheet A, where red has just drawn in. So they have shot. Rob Myers taking a very careful
so we
look.
want to go to sheet A, I guess. Is that the plan?
I think sheet A is the one that is still up for grabs. As on sheet C, red needs to score 4 to keep it going. They have 1 out of play. They have 2 guards. We'll see where this one ends up. I will do a better job on keeping track of which team is which on the games that I am actually supposed to webcast, which is not this one. I am not here. I am at work. My voice is a ghost.
I haven't seen you.
Okay.
Except for that webcam shot with you in it.
All right, and so on sheet C, the red did manage to tap that shot in. That is
Technique. Rob Myers on sheet A with his first stone at the end. Oops, sorry.
And it is, he got the red out of there. His shot will not stick around. I believe that is mathematical elimination. Unless Rob wants to try to throw the tick the guard in and everything else shot.
Yeah.
Rob is slowly making his way down the ice. Meanwhile, on sheet C, it looks like they're throwing a takeout to get that one red out of there, and I don't think they're going to get it. I think they're actually going to, well, no, they're going to flash. So, so red still mathematically alive on that sheet. That is Team Mediocrities. As a philosophy major, I would hate to see them disappear from this tournament, but it appears that's what we're going to have. We are basically commentating now on 2 games in which it is physically impossible for the results to change.
So here on sheet A, red's coming in to do not much except guard. And now somehow Rob Myers needs to get a what does he need to get?
He needs to get two
more stones in there.
He needs to promote 2 guards, basically. They are taking a look at it.
I can't quite see how that would work.
I can't really either. I mean, if there are 2 guards out in front that could be promoted, but there is a red one in between them. If that red one were not in between them, he would have a shot that he would have a 1% chance of making as opposed to a 0% chance of making. Speaking of 0% chances, I believe this is going to be a takeout for the win for Team Techni Alepius Leap Year. And no, it's going to wreck on the guard and leave us going just a little bit longer. All right, on sheet A, the Hail Mary from Rob Myers. Rob, one of the more colorful members of the club and the man who keeps us going on the Wednesday matinee at 10 a.m., which those of us who are daytime members absolutely love. A lot of the day, in fact, it's been a good session for them because on sheet D, Howard Griffin and Carol Voss were winners. Boom, boom, and you know, that actually wasn't a bad try.
Yeah, with the ricochet off the wall, it almost worked.
That actually,
if you could count ricochets in this
if he had hit it just a little bit thicker, he might have wound up. He might have wound up with 4 in the rings. He still wouldn't have outcounted a red that was hanging around the back of the 12-foot, but all things considered, that was about as good an effort as you could have at an impossible shot.
So I guess those scores count. So I should add them, and that was two yellow they ended up with, right?
Yep.
In the 8th end. And so that makes it 8-6 for Strange Brew winning. Oh.
That's correct.
And we have a picture of Strange Brew, so we should show their team there. There they are. Strange Brew. On
sheet C, we're going to have to see Team Mediocrities try almost the same shot that Rob Myers had, maybe a little bit simpler, just because there are fewer rots in play.
So we're going over to sheet C here.
This is the only game still going.
And
We'll probably be bidding a
this
fond
is-
farewell to our visitors from
what color is
from
throwing
California.
now? That's the yellows.
this
throwing.
is yellow throwing now. This is the first of theirs. This is the first of the skip rocks, and I believe we're going to see another. You know, I think ended on a double takeout. That's and you know it just might. No, is it going to get past the guard or is it up? And that's the third straight wreck on the guard, which is probably they're going to win, but probably not the way you want to finish things up. And I do think our visitors from Wine Country are going to try the nick the guard in and leave the shooter around shot. There actually are some people now gathered to watch this. The impossible shot is always a nice crowd pleaser here, especially since we are not behind schedule here. Our Nets games do not actually start until 6 o'clock. Again, making me wonder why I went so quickly around the Beltway to get here. But it means I've gotten to see some really neat shots. And this might, oh my goodness, it takes the guard in. Oh no, it's too heavy, and so only one is in play. That is two straight great efforts at very difficult shots. I think Rob's was a little more complicated, but that one is really, that was a lot of fun.
So Terrence just wants to get one out of there.
There are more promotion possibilities, so they could try the, hey, let's promote both of our guards shot. You know, if this one flashes by, Wine Country could promote both their guards and have their shooter spin into the rings and actually win it. Just saying that it's possible. It's not very plausible, but it is possible. I'm kind of jealous because these are shots I never get to try. Of course, in this case, this is a fairly simple takeout. You can nose it, nudge it, do whatever you want, just make contact with it hard enough, and it is certainly hard enough. The line is just fine. That's going to go. So now yellow's line one. So that oh, no, we're going to have handshakes. They're not going to try to throw the promote both our guards, leave the shooter in, and get the yellow out of the 4-foot shot. So with that, I think we are wrapping up here.
Guess I should show the scoreboard. So we got final scores on all sheets.
Yep.
And let's see. Let's throw the. We got pictures of all but one of the winners.
All right.
So we already showed the Strange Brew. We'll just look at them again. So that was the sheet A winners, Strange Brew. The sheet B winners, or Kick Your Asterisk. And sheet C winners. Oops, nope, this was sorry, wrong button. That's the team that did not win on sheet C. Is that right? No, sorry, no, that is a sheet. Sorry, I'm getting confused here. Did I get that wrong on sheet B? No, I got that right on sheet B. And on sheet D.
Sheet D was Achilles Peel.
Achilles Peel, yeah. So
Available.
we did have pictures
Yes.
of all 4 of the winning teams here.
Well,
all right.
at 6 o'clock, you'll have me and Janine. And Ken, good luck in your 8:30 game.
Oh, thank you. Bye.